my channel where I talk about my journey to sustainable health and meaningful success. If you're coming back and you've already subscribed, welcome back. Y'all are my people and I love you so much. And if you're new, I hope you consider subscribing by the end of this video. And if you've just recently subscribed, welcome to the squad. We're glad to have you. Today, I'm really excited to talk about Whole30 and my first week that I've been on it. This is my second time around. But if you're new to my channel, just know that I started my health journey at 200 pounds overweight. I was 352 pounds. And I also was just leaving like a really toxic cult-like environment. So my whole channel is about creating a realistic approach to recovery and growth. So since doing Whole30 last year, I did it last April, right at the beginning of quarantine and everything. I have been losing weight consistently. I've lost like 78 pounds. So I'm nearly halfway through my weight loss journey. I became a health and life coach. I got certified after doing this program because I realized that there's so much more to our well-being than what is typical diet culture. And I had been yo-yo dieting for like 14, 15 years leading up to this program. And I never felt like I was good enough. And I always felt like there was something wrong with me that I needed to fix. And when I did Whole30, I documented it. I made like 5 different videos, so I will link those maybe up here or something. But I think that Whole30 was the first time that I followed through on a program. I did the 30-day reset, and I learned so much about myself and about different habits that I needed to learn in terms of nourishing myself that completely transformed the way that I saw my health and well-being and how I nourish myself, rather than just, oh, I need to be on a diet so I can look better, so I can feel worthy. You know what I mean? I don't know. So this time around, I'm probably not going to do as much about my personal experience with Whole30, and I want to kind of talk more from a coaching perspective because now I'm a health coach and I coach people through this program. I'm not worried about you knowing what I know. I'm not trying to hold any secrets back so that you have to pay for coaching in order to learn what I have learned. If you can get it all from a free video, then that's what I would prefer. But the people who pay me for coaching are people who just want me to walk with them on their journey. So everything that I'm telling you is everything that I know. And I am still on my own journey. I am still figuring it out. It's been a week. This is like day 7 of the reset for me. I'm breaking out. My mind is a little bit more scattered than normal. I generally ate healthy prior to doing this particular reset. I was on keto for 3 months and did a few videos about that as well. But I just do certain programs, not as a diet hopping thing or just like a yo-yo dieting thing. I do different programs because I get bored with certain ways of eating healthy. So this is my reset after being on vacation, and I did eat crappy for a few days and it was not good. So I was really happy for this reset. So yeah, my body's going through changes, guys. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to talk in this video about what I would suggest in terms of preparing to start doing the Whole30, and then next week I probably will talk more about the Whole30 like regulations or guidelines and what Whole30 actually entails. But I just want to talk about if you're feeling overwhelmed and thinking about starting this program, this is what I would suggest just to set yourself up for success. So the first thing that I would suggest before you even do the reset or even start is that you read the book, It Starts With Food. So Melissa and Dallas, they have so many books out there about Whole30. It's just sometimes you can get like information overload. So I'm just going to recommend the books that I really found helpful on my journey, on my reset. It starts with food, gets into the nitty-gritty details of why you're eliminating certain foods and what certain food categories end up doing to your body. I should mention that on my journey, I have been dealing with binge eating disorder, food addiction, which is like similar but slightly different. So binge eating disorder, food addiction. I also have a lot of autoimmune stuff like eczema, allergies, asthma, PCOS, endometriosis, alopecia, acne. There's a lot. There's a lot going on in my body. So I have issues with like 3 of the 4 categories that It Starts With Food covers. It Starts With Food talks about how food can affect you psychologically, which is me. It can affect your hormones, me. It can affect your digestion, not so much me, but then it also can affect your immune system, me. So that's what I read before doing my program last year, and it's what I started this program with this year, and it's what I coach people through reading before we even do the reset, because it kind of creates a mental buy-in that allows you to be like, okay, this is why I'm getting rid of this food. I'm gonna miss this food for 30 days, but I now know what I can look for in my body as to whether or not this food is really affecting me in a negative way, because I know what could potentially be happening in my body because I eat this food. You know what I mean? So getting a little bit more of an understanding of what we eat, actually how that affects our bodies, it can give you a little bit more of an understanding of how to nourish yourself. And even if you're not emotionally or mentally ready to do the reset, by the time you're halfway through this book, you're gonna feel a lot more informed. And I have found that that actually does create a little bit more emotional readiness to change. So that's what I really like about this book. And then the last one, or the second book that I recommend, is the Whole30 Day by Day Journal. This is when you're on the Whole30 program and you need a daily pick-me-up, like a daily reminder of what you're working for, what you're looking forward to, and it kind of gives you like a day-by-day pep talk of what you can expect that day. And if it's a tough day where like you're gonna break out and you might be a little bit moody and you might be like feeling a lot of cravings, then at least you're reading it in a book that what you're experiencing on this reset is normal, and that you're pushing through these symptoms or whatever, these side effects, but you're pushing through that to get to the other side of seeing your body in optimal health and seeing what your potential is for, 30 days of clean eating, what you can actually be looking forward to in terms of like your optimal, your optimal health, the way that your body could ideally operate if it's not been given all these foods that tear down their health for 30 days. You know what I mean? So that's what I really like about this book, as well as the fact that it gives you an opportunity to journal on a day-to-day basis the different things that you can notice about your body, including like non-scale victories, your energy, your mood, your cravings, like even just like logging what you eat. It's not super strict about calories or anything like that. It's just a way for you to really be paying attention to your body and your body's signals and building a relationship with your body as you're building a better relationship with food. And that's what I really like about this as a day-to-day supplement to help you really stay focused and motivated through the 30 days. Beyond that, I would suggest that you try to do it with somebody else if you can. The last time that I did this, last year, I was living alone and I did it by myself and it was fine. But if you're like married and you can get your spouse to be on board with it with you, that makes it really easily, like a lot easier. Right now I live with my family because I'm saving money to go back to school. So my mom is doing it with me. It makes it a lot easier when we're like, you know, eating together. We're eating, you know, Whole30 approved kind of stuff. So it's easier when you do it with someone, especially if you live with that person. But it's not impossible, and it should not be an excuse if you know, don't get someone to do it with you. Like you should still do what's right for your body and for your health. You're worth that amount of effort. So, but it is easier when you get someone to do it with you. Beyond that, the only thing that I would say with regards to doing the Whole30 program is if you're not ready to take the leap and promise that you're going to do something 30 days in a row, then don't take the leap and promise yourself to do something. The one thing that I could say with literally any program, any health, you know, hack or health tip is that don't make yourself a promise that you cannot keep to yourself. Like, if you cannot follow through on what you are promising that you're going to do for yourself, then don't promise that. Because I think that's the foundation of yo-yo dieting, is that we keep making these grand promises that, oh, I'm gonna stop eating all of this junk food and I'm going to only eat certain things. And if we fail on that promise, then the next time we make a promise to ourselves like that, in the back of our heads, we already know that we normally fail ourselves in those kind of promises. And every time you make those kind of promises, your word, and then break them, your word gets a little bit cheaper as it goes. So I would not suggest making a 30-day like Whole30 promise to yourself and then breaking that promise. I would just suggest that you start with smaller promises. If you're not ready for 30 days of reset, then maybe you're just ready to order a book and say that you're going to try to read this book, and then maybe by then you'll be ready. And if you're the type of person who needs to launch into something that's very, like, it is a big challenge and it's all in, if you're kind of that all or nothing person, then Whole30 is perfect for that, because you are all in, but you're only all in for 30 days. And then you start reintroducing the foods back into your daily diet to see if you're reactive to those foods. But the 30 days is all in, but it's for a smaller amount of time. So just kind of know yourself and don't make promises to yourself that you can't keep. But other than that, Whole30, man, be ready, because you're going to learn so much about yourself. I'm excited to talk next week about the specific guidelines and why Whole30 is designed the way that it is. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below. I would love to answer them, or just kind of discover the answer to those questions with you if I don't know the answer already. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I hope you guys are doing great and just learning more about yourselves every day. Tune in next Sunday for more of Whole30 and health content, or next Wednesday for more anti-MLM/success content. We did a lot of good things last Wednesday, and I got a lot of your feedback, and I'm so happy to start launching into this new direction that's really exciting for next Wednesday. So anyway, make sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.